this one off from Minnesota. It will be Kev receiving the ball first, as Sanders will take this one out of the end zone. As let's get to know our players a little better. PoiZzon, Stanislav Golovkin, 29 years old from San Marcos, California. First time club finalist, TD, but you know, he doesn't seem nervous. He seems ready for the moment.
Yeah, he seems very ready. This guy's a full-time trainer. He's big into fitness. He told me before every game he does about 50 push-ups. So I want to see in the chat, do we have an over-under of 50? Is he going to do less than 50 or more than 50 before this game? We'll have to ask him at the end if he wins. But yeah, he's got an interesting story, and I'm looking forward to see what he does here on the virtual gridiron.
All right, I think if you add up all the push-ups I've done in my life, it might get to 50. Say, look at it. It's key to the game. First-time antidote for PoiZzon.
Yeah, we'll see if he brings the PoiZzon to this matchup. First time on the stage, but he's been around a few years. Big online player, plays Weekend League a lot, so he's going to be prepared. He's going to run a lot of the meta stuff.
On the flip side, the former Lord Phenom, now just Lord Kev. Kevin Williams, 20 years old, from South Carolina. He is the defending Vikings club champion with an even 10K earned in his MCS career, TD. He was so excited to just represent the Vikings last year as their club champion.
Yeah, Lord Kevin, up-and-coming artist. His hit song, Call Uzi, has over 100,000 plays on Spotify. But let me tell you, he might be good on the mic, but he might be even better on the sticks. This guy is the defending champion. Can't wait to see what he does here in Madden 21.
Taking a look at his key to the game. He's got to prove last year wasn't a fluke.
Yeah, exactly. He really bust onto the scene last year. No one knew who he was. He had a lot of juice, a lot of energy when we saw him play. Very entertaining, and I was excited to see him win, so I want to see him prove it and be a two-time champion as well.
This one should be an absolute battle. An absolute battle between these two, TD, because looking at these two, when I looked at this matchup, from what I've heard, and again, I haven't seen a ton of PoiZzon play, but I know what Lord Kev brings to the table. These play styles just sort of seem to lead to what will be a tight game, what we've really seen for these first two games in the NFC North.
Yeah, without a doubt. Most people don't know PoiZzon. I played him a few times last year. He actually has been around the clubs. I believe he did like the clubs the last 3 years. I think he did Denver and the Niners. I think he lost in the Final Four of the Niners a few years ago. So he has been around. He lost in top 8 in LCQ. And Phenom, like we said, labs with TNC, who's dominated so far this year. So you know he's going to be very well prepared.
Yeah, I mean, TNC, what a year they've had so far. To get to lab with those guys, TD, that's got to be just such an advantage coming into these high-pressure games where TNC has been very successful so far this year.
Yeah, they really have. You know, we saw D-Croft, we saw Penguins. We got 2 TNC guys going today in Lord Kev right now, and then later on in J-Wall. So, yeah, these guys are just really dominating right now, and they're just so high-powered on offense. I expect the same from Lord Kev.
Well, we've been talking so much about the Walter Payton Man of the Year nominees. The Vikings have a pretty good one in their own. A passionate leader off the field, Kendricks pushed himself to make a meaningful impact during an unprecedented time in our society. He recently presented All Square, a professional development institute which helps formerly incarcerated individuals, with a $250,000 grant from the Vikings Social Justice Committee. Kendricks has visited All Square many times and has formed a bond with their staff and fellows as he looks to educate everyone on his fight against recidivism and to act on their behalf. Big shout out to these Walter Payton Man of the Year awards. You know, TD, especially here in 2020, what a weird year it has been. It's great to see so many athletes out there doing so much good for their community, giving back. And the important one is it's not just these 32. There's so many NFL players out there doing so much good in their communities.
Yeah, honestly, you can't really get a higher honor than that. I know the MVP and all the on-the-field accolades are so important, but anytime you can be nominated for an award like that, that just shows the type of person they are and the great things they're doing for their communities.
PoiZzon and Lord Kev battling it out for the Vikings Club Championship. It will be Kev starting off with the ball first. It's Barry Sanders taking it back, and we'll go out of bounds. Just past, look like the 20-yard line as we take a look at Lord Kev. Already nervous. He mentioned, TD, a lot of people watched him last year, and this guy's like super nervous, super twitchy. But, you know, as we saw with Stiff, some guys feed into that energy.
Oh, without a doubt. We saw him last year. He was super twitchy. I was like nervous for him, but then I talked to him after. He's like, "Man, that's just my vibe. That's just how I get down. I like to move a lot. I like to get in the moment." Everyone has different preferences. You know, some guys like music. It kind of gets them amped up. Some guys like to chill and have game sound. It really doesn't matter at the end of the day as long as you get the W.
We've talked to a couple guys, TD, who have actually gone away from the music. They've sat there. They said the music doesn't get them in the right mindset, so they end up just going with listening to game sound. And then there's, you know, the white noise option.
Oh, jeez. Beast mode, Mac. Yeah, but I was kind of that way too, Nick. You know, when I was younger, came into the game, I always had music in the headphones. I was bobbing and jiving. But I've honestly felt as I got older, it made me too hype, and I was trying to sing lyrics the whole time. I wasn't focused play by play, the attention, the focus that it needs. So I started listening to just game sound, and I think that was beneficial for me.
Can I give you my my quirk when playing Madden games? I don't listen to game sound. I don't listen to music. What I usually do, because typically when I'm too sort of locked in or too focused on the game, I make mistakes or I overthink it. So I'll almost always have a TV show playing either on my other screen or on my phone.
Yeah, see, I could never do that. I feel like I'll be way too distracted.
Run! Oh my goodness, dude.
I mean, now in fairness, it's a show I've seen a lot. Like it's not like I'm gonna watch a new episode of Orange is the New Black. Like it's a show I've seen enough that I can have on in the background, sort of like putting on a TV show to go to sleep to.
Yeah, I see the point. It's just I think I would just lose focus too much. And but I see your point. It's kind of just like listening to music. It's kind of the same thing. Just have something on that you're comfortable with that can allow you to lock in better.
Second down and 8 for Lord Kev, starting off with the ball first. Screamer off the edge. PoiZzon bringing the defense. It was Mills in the backfield, 3rd and long.
Yeah, and I talked to PoiZzon last night. He told me he's very prepared for gun bunch. He feels like Madden Elite and Danny are two of the best bunch players in the world. Can't argue with him. They're club champions. And he said he's very prepared for bunch because of that. We know Lord Kev loves to run the gun bunch offense. You see him here in this Carolina Panthers offensive playbook.
Not a lot of guys in TNC running the bunch either. Like he's sort of the outlier out there. Usually in trips or U-trips. Favre, 3rd and 14, over the middle. Hey, back-to-back games, by the way, where we get to see a quarterback play with a team they've played with before.
Yeah, pretty cool. Brett Favre out there slinging it for Lord Kev with that gunslinger ability, the best ability by far in Madden 21. You need to have that on your quarterback if you're going to compete at a high level. And then you see Lance Allworth out there running that post route out of the play, double post. One of the best routes in the game. Lance Allworth, one of the best receivers in the game. Yeah,
Allworth played for the Chargers and the Cowboys. Not when they were in the NFL, back when they were in the AFL. As Mills once again in the backfield, wreaking havoc on Kev's offense.
Yeah, PoiZzon is really dialing it up here. You see him bringing that heavy blitz out of the nickel 2-4-5 double A gap. I talked about it last game. This defense is very popular. You see him kind of come in with the free safety hovering, and he's going to disguise it with some coverage. But he's still going to come free.
Trouble once again. All right, so 3 sacks and 5 plays for Mills, over-under set at 7. At some point, is Kev going to block Mills?
We got a lot of over-under set for PoiZzon here. Over-under 50 push-ups, over-under sacks for Mills. And that double A gap, it's just glitchy in this game. I'm telling you, they get such good sheds for some reason out of it. You saw it right there on a big sack for PoiZzon.
3rd and 24, and the run game is no better. Reggie Bush will lose 2, 4th and a country mile. PoiZzon's defense forces a punt.
Yeah, big-time defense right there for PoiZzon. That was an ugly drive to start the game for Kev, honestly. I mean, he had that one nice dot on the post route, but besides that, he was in a complete bag, and I fully expect him to punt this ball away.
2:17 and counting the first quarter, and our first change of possessions of the game. It will be PoiZzon getting the ball. And he'll get at the 27-yard line. Good field position to kick off this drive. As more of your tweets come in, remember, use that hashtag Madden Club Championship. How about Tecmo Bowl from the GGL? Shout out to all my GGL guys out there. Hell of an MCS so far. Stoked to see how the last division will play out. GGL here watching. T. Davis and NBL Network holding it down. Hashtag NFC North. Big shout out to the GGL. You know, we're big fans of all those guys out there. Speaking of the GGL, by the way, another one of their friends.
My guy, Tecmo Bowl, man. I love that dude. He's showing support. He loves competitive Madden. Love to see that support. Appreciate it, my guy.
TD, speaking of the GGL, we know a former Vikings club champion. Big friends with the GGL. I haven't heard from him in a while. Have you talked to Mr. Strafing?
Yeah, you know, no one's heard from him really since he took an L online this year in the Vikings Club Championship. I talked to him a little bit. Rumor has it he's just been up in the mountains in the Pacific Northwest hiding, and no one's heard from him. We haven't seen him since. I don't know what's going on with him.
Do they have places to plug in Xboxes in the mountains?
Knowing IB Strafen, the nerd he is when it comes to Madden, he'll find a way to get an Xbox up there.
I'm 100% just picturing like a Rocky-style montage in the mountains of Washington, like just he's like running, like rock climbing. I mean, he's an outdoorsy guy. I'm the guy who waits at the base of the mountain in the lodge, sipping a hot cocoa.
Without a doubt, he's got Rainey, his dog up there, his wife. They're taking hikes, they're running, and then a little Xbox time here and there because he's got to get his Madden fix in for sure.
Yeah, Rainey, just an adorable little dog, affectionately nicknamed by Rico Williams as Cujo because he loves dogs.
The interaction between Rico and Rainey is just priceless.
Amazing. 10 out of 10.
Amazing.
Just a little pass on the curl route there for PoiZzon. What should we expect offensively from PoiZzon? Did you get any insight of what he would be trying to do?
Yeah, so he's in the Las Vegas Raiders offensive playbook. We're going to see him a lot of trips tight end and audible down to I-form slot, I-form close. A lot of the meta stuff that we've seen so far, he will be in the same type of offense. Like I said, he gets a lot of reps with Madden Elite. Danny, his guy Doggy, says, he labs a lot of those guys, formerly like Jaybird, Sixth Sense, that type of crew. He's a full-time personal trainer, and he plays a lot of Madden. He said he did take some time off, so once he qualified for this, he stopped playing for a couple months because he feels like there's a lot of patches. The game was going to change by the time he got here, so once December came around, he really picked it back up.
2nd and 4. Josh Allen at the helm. He might have the post down the field. An absolute laser beam to Terry McLaurin to the 5-yard line. Josh Allen showing off the arm.
That's a super laser. Cover 2 by Kev. The post just splits the safeties. I mean, that was beautiful Madden football. And that was a really nice dot. I mean, that was just right in the middle of the safeties, down to the 5-yard line. PoiZzon is cooking.
Terry McLaurin still somebody you think should be on everyone's teams at wide receiver?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I would say probably McLaurin. It depends on where you want your abilities and stuff, but McLaurin, Ocho Cinco, and Allworth, probably the 3 best in the game right now.
Too easy on the stretch. Touchdown. Bush around the outside. PoiZzon first on the board. 6-0 the score. By the way, that Washington football team theme team is starting to look pretty strong.
Yeah, without a doubt. And what a drive by PoiZzon. I mean, he's honestly dominating this game in the first quarter. Phenomenal defense. Gets the ball off the punt. Comes down the field. Made it look easy. Punches it in. You couldn't ask for a better start in your first MCS major.
Yeah, and we've watched some of these guys, as we've had a lot of first-time live finalists playing at home. We've gotten to see them play. PoiZzon does not look nervous.
No, he doesn't. He looks very calm, very prepared for the moment. As we take a look at this replay, this was just a nice post. I mean, completely gets in the middle of the cover 2 safeties. That's a laser. That was beautiful.
One play later, he was in the end zone. Kevin, opportunity to respond now as we hit the second quarter. First drive, little bit of movement. Unfortunately, the problem was the movement was backwards for Kev. PoiZzon's defense wreaking havoc in the backfield. Brett Favre back to work. Pressure picked up beautifully. Should have somebody open. I don't know if that was open, but he threw it open. Diving catch for 8.
Yeah, you can't live like that if you're Lord Kev. That was a scary read. And this is the thing that's so good about this nickel double A gap. You can really disguise it. You can bring the heat. You see he brings the weak side safety down every time to hover. So it looks like he's always bringing heat, as you see it right here. But a lot of times he's disguising it, playing a lot of coverage. This defense, in my opinion, is the best in the game right now.
Favre 2nd and 2. He was looking downfield, but B is well covered. He'll throw this one away before the pressure gets there. 3rd down, another high-pressure offensive situation for Lord Kev.
Very impressed right now from PoiZzon, the way he's playing defense. Now we'll see if Lord Kev can start to he needs to calm down a little bit, just settle things. You know what you're seeing now. PoiZzon's going to be only in that double A gap. So, and I'm sure he's had reps against it multiple times. It's just about making the right reads, making good decisions.
3rd and about 2. Got Cooley, McLaurin, and Peterson to the left. Allworth alone on the right side of that bunch. Throws it left side. By the way, it wasn't open because he had safety help over the top, but watching Allworth run that route, just a simple post route on the right side, I see why people have him on their squad.
Yeah, he's so good. You see him just kind of running that sharp post route. And then back to this play flood. Probably the best play in Madden 21. maybe with double post. Those are the two best plays out of this bunch. And that slot receiver out route is very difficult to defend. You saw Favre with a low ball and that gunslinger. Nice completion.
You're saying that a single back bunch end around is not the best play in the game?
That's what we call the bubble gum.
That's some hubba bubba bubble gum. Second down and 7. Look at the pressure shown by PoiZzon. Kev been able to handle it here on the second drive. He only rushed 4 there, but Allworth one-on-one, wide open. Too easy for Brett Favre.
Great job by Kev right there. You know, he knew the heat was coming, picked it up beautifully, had one-on-one to Allworth on that C route, man-to-man coverage. He's going to win all day. I like what Kev is doing now. He's starting to settle down. He's composing himself. He's making the right decisions, picking up the blitz, and made a nice read.
Unfortunately, the last time I remember Favre with the Vikings was that NFC Championship game against the Saints. And that pick. Uh-oh, Favre put it on the ground. I jinxed him. I'm so sorry, Brett. Don't come after me. It's Julius Peppers. Scoop. Scored to the house for PoiZzon.
Big time defense from PoiZzon. He might have the antidote, Nick, because he is bringing that heat. They're coming through mid blitz. It's a nickel double A gap. Like I said a million times, the best defense in the game, in my opinion. It gets home, and that's a big strip sack fumble. PoiZzon's in complete control.
14-0. And Kev scratching his head, trying to figure out how he can just get past midfield with his offense.
Yeah, I thought he was starting to look a little better, compose himself, but it's just tough. That nickel double A gap is so good, it really can come in.
Well, there's one thing you can't have in a club championship. It's Butterfingers, and Brett Favre gets laid out. There were 6 white jerseys there available for the scoop and score.
Yeah, the linebacker just came free up the A gap. I mean, no one touched him, and then Julius Peppers picks it up, takes it in the end zone. This defense is hard to pick up.
What can Kev do? He's got to find a way to mitigate the pressure. Look at left side. And a nice throw once again. There's Allworth once again getting open one-on-one.
Yeah, you see him moving Allworth around, so sometimes he has him on the right side, sometimes he has him on the left side. He usually puts him on the solo side. You always really want your bunch on the wide side of the field when you're using these hash marks. Important stuff when you get to that next level. That's what he's doing, moving Allworth around. Nice play.
After Bush. He'll get 4. And we'll hit the 2-minute warning. 14-0, PoiZzon on top. Listen, there's a lot of game left, but I can hear the chat right now, TD. I don't know if you're listening. They're all saying, Bush, Bush. Call on to user.
One great Grinch. What's he got to say about that? The mush. But I'm impressed with PoiZzon, man. This defense looks really good. See what Kev can cook up on this 2nd and 6.
Peterson, lots of room left side. He'll get up to the 30-yard line. First big play we've seen from Lord Kev's offense.
Yeah, it looks like it's just kind of a mistake right there on defense by PoiZzon. Adrian Peterson was wide open on that in route. I mean, you can't get much more wide open than that. Easy read for Kev. Turns into a big play.
1st and 10 for Brett Favre. Back, left side, rolling right, throwing left. Allworth once again for the first time. Lord Kev into the red zone.
Yeah, he's starting to cook up here. A couple crossing routes, beating that man-to-man coverage. PoiZzon's pretty much ran man this entire game, whether it be a blitz or a coverage defense out of it. Kev's starting to dial it up, starting to cook up some lasers.
Kev looking for anything. Throws it right side, but that one's just going to be thrown away. TD, I'm wondering, what would you do for a Klondike bar? Because I do a lot.
Yeah, those are so good.
They didn't ship any to us because they would not have lasted in transit.
Oh, with no doubt. Those would be gone in a second.
But, big
time fan.
Klondike, hit me up. I've been single-handedly supporting your company for the last about 20 years. 2nd and 10. Bush on the right hip of Favre, and he will take the carry, the former Trojan. Losing 2 on the play. Timeout taken by PoiZzon. 3rd and 12 for Kev. Needs to get to the 6-yard line.
Yeah, 3rd and 12 inside the red zone. Always gets tough down here for Kev. But, you know, a field goal it would not be good here if you're Kev. You really need to get in the end zone. If you're PoiZzon, you definitely want to hold him to 3.
Third down. Peterson the slot on the left side. They'll be running around on the left side. Quick throw to the flat. It's McLaurin wide open. Mix up on the defense. Pushed out of the 2-yard line. But what a conversion from Kev.
Such a good read by Kev right there. You know, you never expect a little flat route to be wide open on 3rd and 12, especially in the red zone. Kind of a lapse in coverage right there by PoiZzon. I don't know what he was doing, but a flat route converts on 3rd and 12 in the red zone. Very rare, but Kev takes it. He wanted to get in the end zone right there, but he is in business on the 2-yard line.
Yeah, TD, I mean, that's Madden 21. You have to respect. You can't just leave those flat routes open like you really could in past Maddens.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I remember, yeah, last year, was it Madden 20 that the flat route was really effective? Yeah, you could just kind of throw it, rat catch it, and get upfield.
Yep.
It's still decent this year. You can mix it in, but it's just not as overpowered as it was last year.
Into the end zone, AP. Gotta love that animation that just shoves him forward. Touchdown for Kev. He's on the board in the first half.
Exactly why you get that Adrian Peterson on your squad. He's always falling forward, always breaking tackles. Great response by Kev to show that fight, stay in the ball game.
He's up, it's good. 14-7, but PoiZzon, 2 timeouts, 46 seconds, plenty of time to get downfield and extend this lead. That's got to feel good if you're Kev, just getting a drive, an extended drive down the field.
Yeah, definitely. You know, he started to calm down. He made some great reads, really beat that man-to-man coverage, and then that big 3rd and 12 where he threw the flat route was huge for him.
See what PoiZzon has dialed up.
Make a mistake, Kevin. Make him make a mistake.
Here, Kev saying you got to make him make a mistake. And the one thing PoiZzon hasn't done so far here in his first live final, he's played flawless Madden football.
Yeah, he has, offense and defense. Now, this is a tricky spot because 46 seconds, if you're PoiZzon, you don't want to make any mistakes, but there's still plenty of time to try to get down the field.
Gonna run the ball on first down. You like the call going, I mean, it only picked up 2 yards, 3 yards. Do you like the call starting off with a run?
A little bit of conservative call. I don't mind it on first down, but now as we're getting into second down, I'd use some tempo, go to the air, try to get something down the field, and use your timeouts.
Allen on second down. When in doubt, corner route. Chris Cooley to the 42-yard line. Stopping the clock with 20 seconds left.
Good read right there. So that's why I like the first down call. You use some of the clock. You can see if you can break one. Now 20 seconds, plenty of time because you had those 2 timeouts. And now you're basically never going to give Kev the ball back here unless there's like a crucial mistake. So I think it's a good spot. You need about 15 yards here to get into that field goal range and go up 2 possessions.
Let's see what Kev can do. If he can dial up some pressure, show him pressure from the right side of the line. He'll drop off, only a 3-man rush. Allen, left side, corner out once again. Staying in bounds is Allworth. He'll go out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Big play for PoiZzon as he gets inside the 10 and creates an interesting decision with only 13 seconds on the clock.
What a laser. What a route concept by PoiZzon. He went with the flood concept from Trips. He had a corner route there to Allworth, a streak behind it. Backside, he motioned over the drag underneath it. Then he had a curl route. That was just phenomenal offensive football by PoiZzon, and now he still has those 2 timeouts. He got out of bounds. He's on the 13. Just no mistakes here because you definitely want to walk away with 3 at the minimum, but I know he's definitely trying to punch in. Expect a run here with those 2 timeouts.
And he will run it. It's Peterson left side. Good defense off the edge to the 6-yard line. Picks up 3. Timeout taken. You can run 1 more play, maybe 2, if one of them is a pass.
Yeah, this is very interesting here. If you're PoiZzon, you got to be careful. You might just run the ball here and try to break one and get it in, and then if not, go up 10. But if you're an aggressive player and you want to go for the glory, you might try to 2 passes in this situation.
Second down and goal. He'll flip the trips to the wide side. Looks like it's audible, maybe do a run play. So bring Peterson back in motion. It's Bush in the backfield with Allen. And it will be a handoff. Good gap shoot there from Kev. Great defense. And it looks like PoiZzon's just going to be comfortable taking this down, taking his time out, and settling for 3.
Great defense by Kev to blow up that inside zone. I do like the decision here by PoiZzon. You've played phenomenal defense in this first half. You're really making it tough on Kev. Go up 10 at half. Go up the 2 possessions. I think that was perfect execution by PoiZzon. Great game planning. Great job to go up 10 at half.
17-7. The score at the half. PoiZzon, what a first half performance. Does not look like a first-time live finalist.
Yeah, not at all. He looks very composed. I haven't seen him look nervous one bit. He just looks so calm and relaxed with the lamp behind him. I mean, he's looking good out here. Offense, defense. He's got a 2-possession lead at halftime.
And the ball. Let's take a look at this one more time. Talk about this flood route concept.
Oh, beautiful. Just backside drag coming, but the corner route gets in between the zones. He's able to turn into more yards and get out of bounds, set him up to go up 2 possessions. That was phenomenal offense.
Speaking of TNC, as TNC crewmate Justin saying, the taste of the Klondike hardly compares to the taste of a back-to-back club championship. Explode with the force of 1,000 Oreo Klondike bars on your path to victory. Hashtag good luck. Hashtag we with you. Remember, use that hashtag Madden Club Championship. We might read your tweet out on stream. The power of 1,000 Klondike bars. That's a lot of Klondike.
That's a lot, Nick. I know you'd love 1,000 Klondike bars in your fridge. I would too.
What if there's no first quarter kickoff? What do you mean?
I would need to get a much bigger freezer.
Oh, the guy just told me.
I'd be in. I would be 100% in.
Without a doubt. Looks like they're trying to figure out what's going on. But second half, Kev has got to get it together because PoiZzon gets the ball to start.
Yeah, this drive right here, TD, this may be the game. If PoiZzon's able to go down and get a touchdown, the game might already be out of reach.
Yeah, this is what I like to call the put-away drive. PoiZzon, $5,000 on the line. Your first MCS major. You want to be a champion, put the man away. Let's see it.
No room up the middle. Here you go, Lord Kev, 3rd and 4. Great opportunity to get off the field. You got to think PoiZzon's got to go to one of those flood concepts again. It seems to be his bread and butter.
Yeah, that route combo was money. He's had some great concepts, honestly. Goes down to the under center here on 3rd and 4. Might try to catch him off guard with the pass. Kev's got to get a stand.
Allworth motions to the right side, McLaurin alone on the left side. Allen dropping back, throwing it up to Allworth. He's got him in open space, and he's going to run away with this one. PoiZzon to the house on the first drive of the second half. Like a doctor of the 50s, he makes a house call.
Absolute laser. Motions over the post. Allworth, the best receiver in mud, just absolutely toast the man-to-man coverage. Open the floodgates. PoiZzon spreading the poison all over this Vikings Club Championship. Wow, what a dot.
You're a mean one, Mr. Mush.
That was really good. That was good. So clever.
Sanders to the 20-yard line one more time. TD, the AFL star Allworth to the crib.
Yeah, you see him lighting up with that route tech when he motions him over on the post. No one's guarding that. Man, that was nice. Because I think Kev expected the run. Honestly, when you audible down to the I-form slot on a 3rd and 4 situation, I mean, a lot of times that's a run, the conservative approach. But PoiZzon says, no, sir. I'm going for glory. I'm going up top. And it pays off.
In his one shining moment. He's up 24-7. Favre throws this one away. It's going to be an intentional grounding. Those 1,000 Klondike bars that Justin mentioned sort of seems like they're melting right now.
Yeah, they're melting fast for Lord Kev. I mean, it's getting out of hand right now. This is the ball game if you're Kev right here. To stay alive, keep that repeat chance alive, you got to go down the field and get 7 on this drive.
Once again, that double-A gap defense out of the nickel formation for PoiZzon. Favre on the drag route. He'll find McLaurin. Primetime trying to keep up with it. How about the speed from Terry McLaurin? He'll get 20 on the drag route. A first down for Lord Kev.
Great play right there by Kev. Drag route, man-to-man coverage. McLaurin usually beats man-to-man. You see the sheds on that double A gap though, like it's just making you uncomfortable in the pocket. It doesn't always come home, but it always seems to make you uncomfortable. It's also a guessing game for Kev because sometimes he's got to only send out 3 routes and block the team expecting the blitz, and then it's all coverage. So it really is a chess match and a great defense.
Barb. Throw this one away. PoiZzon's defense has sort of been the story here. Kev's had some success. It seems like every time PoiZzon has needed a clutch stop, he's found it.
Yeah, he has. And that play was a perfect example of what I was talking about. You know, looked like he was bringing heat out of that double A gaps, bringing down the safety. Kev only sent out 3 routes, but it was all coverage. So when you got 7, 8 guys guarding 3 routes, that's beautiful defense.
Right side. Ooh, dangerous throw. But it's a first down. Nice catch on the sidelines. Allworth becoming the star here in the NFC North.
Yeah, without a doubt. Same thing there. Sends out 3 routes, but it's all coverage. But Allworth on that C route. That's been Kev's main money play all day long.
Nick Mazesco, Tyler Davis along with you. Happy holidays. I hope everyone has a safe and joyous holiday season. And TD, and what, today's the 22nd, so in 10 days time we'll be able to look in our rearview mirror at 2020 and tell it to just go away. Just be done.
Yeah, about time. Finally 2021 is here. We're hoping for bigger and better things, and we're also gonna kick off 2021 with the final 32 end of January. Oh man, I'm looking forward to that.
What a journey it has been. I feel like this has been the longest club season ever. As throwaway there over the head of Bush. We've been working on these shows for the last 7 weeks. Not to mention we had online elimination before that. So basically since October, we've been wondering who's going to take home that belt, and we're inching closer.
Yeah, almost there. We got, what, 3 spots to fill here. Looking like 2 if PoiZzon's able to hang on and secure one of those final 32 spots.
That's a pick. That's a pick. And there goes DRC down the sidelines. He's got nothing but green grass. Floaties on. User, you better put your life jacket on, big fella. PoiZzon's in a flood.
Yeah, we need the life jacket. This is getting ugly. This is getting out of hand. PoiZzon, he showed up and he's showing out. He came to ball. Offense, defense, you name it. I mean, he's played a perfect game. You couldn't ask for a better game. He's looked dominant.
2 defensive touchdowns for PoiZzon. 31-7. The first timer making moves. Take a look at this one more time, TD.
Yeah, just tries to throw the C route. He's had success with it, but it was zone coverage. DRC clicks on, steps in front of him. DRC, a Mutt legend. No one's catching him. You see the disappointment in Kev. He didn't play his best game today. Obviously, just did not work out the way he wanted to. And you know, Nick, I think this is interesting too because, you know, every year we kind of see some guys that jump onto the scene and make a name for themselves. And I think PoiZzon could be one of those guys. He looks phenomenal. You know, we saw it last year with a guy like Noah. Always every year, you know, we've seen it this year with Danny too. Always cool to see those new guys come onto the scene and make a statement, and PoiZzon has done just that.
I mean, we're going to get to the clubs, and you're going to have guys like Danny, guys like Dat Boy, PoiZzon, Gucci. I mean, so many great new names here in the Madden community looking to make some noise in a $150,000 tournament.
Yeah,
30?
without a doubt.
31-7. Did not expect this one, but credit to PoiZzon. What a performance so far as pass underneath to Terry McLaurin to the 50-yard line. The defending Madden Bowl champion and 4-time Cleveland Browns club champion Joke says PoiZzon playing some great football.
And he's got that as his profile pic. Oh boy, Joke is wild with it, man.
Hey, Joke, it was a joke. Don't yell at me. It was a callback. It's supposed to be, I hope you're laughing.
My champion's a chunky brother. And my former man bun brother. You know, Joke used to rock the man bun with me, but he just
really
knew. Joke, whatever you want to call him, he knew there was only one guy that could really rock the man bun, so he had to go ahead and cut it off. But, I mean, Joe won a belt, so I can't really say much.
Yeah, you got to keep the man bun. He got to keep his $265,000 in a Madden Bowl championship.
Well, I'll just take the L now. God.
That's a fair trade.
Oh, man, yeah. I think he'll take that every day of the week.
GG's in the chat. Oh, God. 31-7. 4th and 14 for Kev. Trying to keep whatever hope he has alive. Bunch to the right side. Hill to the left side. Three routes out there. And he might have him. He might have him. There's McLaurin. 10-5. Okay. You can't come back if you don't score. And just like that, Kev gets step one on the board. A touchdown to cut into this lead. I don't know if he has enough time, TD, but he sure needed that one.
Yeah. Call Uzi, call Cardi, call Dre, call TNC. He's fighting, but it's a little too late. I wanted to, show a little love to Kev and his Call Uzi single. The little lyrics there, but he's going for two too. So if he can get this two, it might make it a little bit interesting down 16.
2-point conversion. It's well covered though, and great defense from PoiZzon. No panic there. It'll stay an 18-point game.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough pill to swallow right there for Kev. He needed that to have somewhat of a shot. It's going to be very difficult to come back now with only 1 quarter to go.
.33 seconds remaining as Victor Viking, the mascot from Minnesota, tweeting out second half off to a wild start. T. Davis, over under on the number of Klondike bars you could eat in an hour. It's a great question.
Yeah, this is a good question. Oh man, I'll probably set it at about 5. I think I could. I think that would be a fair line. I think I could do that.
Weak.
What would you say, Nick, for you?
Weak. Put me at a 10 spot. Let's go, Victor. We're in.
Victor the Viking, baby.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. 4's up in the chat. 31-13. It's a flood for PoiZzon.
Yeah. PoiZzon's going to be celebrating the Klondike bars after this performance. Rightfully so. Offense, defense. And now it just comes down to clock management. You got to burn all this clock. Force Kev to use those timeouts. If he even does. He might not even use his timeouts. We'll see.
The question is, if I have to get 10 Klondike bars in an hour, can I get all 10 to start and just melt them all? Can I do that? Is that cheating? Just wait 50 minutes? A little soup going? Yeah, I'm nervous about the brain freeze.
It's like the hot dog eating contest.
Yeah.
They dip it in water.
If they can dunk it in water, yeah. I should be able to take out all the Klondike bars and just wait. Just like everyone's eating there. So I just got my arms crossed. I'll wait.
If there was a Klondike eating contest, would our very own Nick Mazesco be the favorite in the Madden community?
In my younger days, maybe. Now, I'm afraid I think the brain freeze might take me down.
Yeah. Definitely.
I feel like somebody would sneak. I feel like somebody like a Lil Man would sneak up and destroy 35 in an hour.
Lil Man is the what's the hot dog guy's name? Isn't it Bobby?
Kobayashi. Well, it's Kobayashi.
Kobayashi was the legend. Yeah.
That's who I pictured Little Man as, because Kobayashi was a tiny guy. Joey Chestnut's like a sort of
Joey
bigger,
Chestnut. That's what it was.
Stockier guy.
I was thinking it was Bobby Chestnut. Yeah.
No, it's Bobby Fischer. That's the chess guy.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Lil Man's the Kobayashi of Klondike eating, but maybe
I need Joe to let me know. Does Lil Man does he put away food? Because I feel like he's got enough energy that he's got to, right?
Oh, what am I doing, bruh?
TD, we didn't see a whole lot of the dancing, jovial Lord Kev that we saw last year in the Vikings Club final.
No, we didn't. He's doing it now down 19. I don't know. Just a little late for everything, even the emotion, but Still fighting, still hanging around.
No.
Dropping passes, though.
There's nothing worse than being in these games, TD, as somebody who's been in this position quite a lot, than when you're just like, you're just waiting for it to be over. You're like, can we just hurry up? Like, you have a little bit of hope, but really you're just, in your mind, you're like, can we just, I have other things to get. I got Christmas shopping to do.
Yeah, and it hurts too, especially when you're in such a big game. All the pressure on you, the money on the line, the glory on the line, the chance to be a 2-time champion. You know, all the stakes are so high, and you come out, you don't perform the way you wanted to. It definitely hurts.
4th and 10 off the inaccurate pass. When it rains, it pours.
Yeah, this will probably be the ball game right here for Kev. To have any last hope, you got to convert this, keep it alive. And if he doesn't, he might just throw in the towel after this play. We'll see, but yeah, this is the ball game for Kev.
One more game to go. We'll head to my hopefully soon-to-be former city. As I'm seriously, I'm trying to move, but I love it. Detroit. That was swatted away. PoiZzon get the ball back. J-Wall and Rival. Man, I'm excited to watch. I've gotten to see a lot of J-Wall play over the last couple of months here in Madden 21. He's someone who I don't think enough people are talking about as to how high level he is just playing the game of Madden.
Without a doubt. You know, me and User had him in our belt watch in the pre-show talking about J-Wall. I think the community is was most excited about that J-Wall Rival game. You know, I personally was more for the Kane Stiff. But, I think a lot of people thought Stiff was just kind of washed and Canes would walk over him, which didn't happen. But I think a lot of the community really expects that J-Wall Rival game to be the game of the day. Just because Rival's been in this spot now 4 times. He's a former club champion. He seems like he's always consistent. And then J-Wall, as you just said, he's one of the biggest young stars in the sport. So that's what a main event that's going to be.
Yeah, we're going to fill that final spot in the clubs. Then we'll have that full bracket to look at. 2nd and 9. PoiZzon back to work. He's a farmer now, just looking to milk away that clock. We have 3rd and 10. Yeah, you talk about it, TD. We always say, like, right now is this great time for the game of Madden because we have so much young talent, and yet each and every tournament we're discovering new people to keep an eye on. Talk about PoiZzon, talking about a guy like John Beast last week taking down the Steelers club. Talking about
exactly.
Dat Boy taking down Blocky. You talk about Danny. All these guys who, like, that's how big the Madden community is, and when you get into single elimination tournaments, you just never know who's gonna make a big run and make a name for themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And last week I was so impressed with John Beast. I thought he played phenomenal. He made a couple mistakes, but out of the games last week weren't the greatest. We've had a much better slate this week, but I thought John Beast out of the whole last week was the most impressive. We knew what we expected from Joke, and then we saw the Ravens club. It was a pretty ugly game. JS got it done though, and then I thought John Beast was the most impressive. And you're right. Last year I brought it up earlier, but look at Noah. No one really knew who he was, and now most people think Noah as one of the top players in the game. So you never know when someone can kind of just break out of nowhere and become a big star. PoiZzon, he's 29 years old, so he's not the youngest. Doesn't matter the age. We just saw Stiff win, and he's older. So yeah, I'm happy for PoiZzon, and I'm impressed with him.
Hear that, Stiff? You're 1 and you're old. That's what TD said. Over the top, it's Allworth with the catch. Once again, Allworth making plays. And that's the other thing. Think about the year before. Go back to Madden 19. Who was the name that we learned about? How about club champion PoiZzon?
Exactly.
And he's been pretty good since then.
Exactly. PoiZzon he couldn't even compete, I don't think, the year before because he was so young. And then he came onto the scene, won the belt. And if Kev right here, I think he should just kick the field goal. Go down 16 at this point.
Yeah. And then pray to the onside kick gods.
Yeah.
Tough position to be in, but still fighting. Is look at. By the way, I implore everyone out there, if you haven't checked out Kev's music, I don't know about you, TD. I've got a couple tracks on my playlist. He's incredibly talented.
Oh, he's so good, man. I didn't even know that about him until earlier this year. I have that, like I said, as you see him throwing a risky pass. But Call Uzi, I have it on my playlist. I knew the lyrics. It's on my playlist. If you guys are a fan of hip hop, 1000%. Go check out Lord Kev on Spotify, on all your music streaming platforms. Kid is super talented.
Second down and 10. Three-man rush, lead right side, tight coverage. Incomplete pass, good defense once again by PoiZzon. Just made it look easy today.
Yeah, he really did. The only route that Kev has really had is that C route to Allworth. I mean, and once PoiZzon took that away in the second half with that pick 6, it's just been tough sledding for Kev, trying to fight back in it. He's not giving up, but just domination by PoiZzon.
Left side, AP breaks the tackle. He'll find his way to the end zone. Adrian Peterson to the house for Kev. They'll cut it back to a 2-score lead.
You never know. He needs an onside kick at some point, but down 11 now, so he's gonna need a stop here, a touchdown, 2-point conversion, an onside kick, and then a field goal to tie it. Sounds very difficult.
There you go for the onside kick now. Janikowski. And it's picked up by who else? Who else would recover the onside kick but Allworth?
The MVP of the day, Lance Allworth. That guy's made plays in all 3 games so far that we've seen. And now it's a lot of milk and cookies right here for PoiZzon. I would expect to see 3 run plays called.
One more game to go. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Nick Mazesco, Tyler Davis, Katie Emmer, and one great user back in the studio. I can't, like, you say back in the studio. Now it's just Katie Emmer and one great user back also at their own houses. It's messed up everything.
Users in that amazing dungeon he's got down there. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen, dude. I'm so jealous, man. That thing's awesome.
You can't call user set up a dungeon and Lil Man set up a dungeon, okay? Those are 2 very different dungeons.
Complete opposite sides of the spectrum there.
No!
Face mask.
Oh my God.
I love it. Kev is still getting angry. He's still showing emotion. The game's been over for 20 minutes now, and he's still showing that emotion. I like it.
Back to the I form. He'll give it to Peterson right side, cuts it back inside, and picks up another first down. It looks like, nope, it's going to be 2nd and short. Kev's going to take a timeout.
Oh, boy. Nick, I don't know about you, but I think this is the longest second half of all time. This is taking a long time.
Big shout out to Wesley. Remember that game? Remember what he did in the second half? He took the ball, he took the kickoff, and he used 8.5 minutes of clock.
Yeah, that was amazing. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. That's the way to end a game right there.
But this is the problem, TD. I mean, there's $5,000 on the line, and when you don't get that many opportunities, as Peterson will pick up the first down, you just don't get that many opportunities to win $5,000 in a game, Matt. I know I've literally never had that opportunity.
Yeah, that's a good point, Nick. You know, a lot of these guys, and we see it there, he shuts the camera off.
Was that the Henry move after the bowl last year? Just put the lens cap on the camera? Your new Vikings club champion, PoiZzon. What a performance, TD. We might have a new star in the making, a dominant win, as he's able to really just from front to back. There really was no contest at any point. 31-20, a huge win over Lord Kev.